Hello, welcome to LEAD860, Catalyzing Action in Complex Systems. This is the first week of our 6-week course that's part of the SFU Executive Leadership Program. And for those of you that are moving through the entire program, the program is sort of following a progression of sort of scales of leadership. So starting with the personal foundations of leadership, working on collaborative teams, change management within organizations, and now we're really talking about the broader complex systems and the societal forces that are impacting our leadership and how to build our capacity to be a sort of a systems leader at that broader level. We're going to be, this is the most complex topic as it's kind of bringing the whole world into the room and thinking about how we work with those much broader issues. And there's three kind of main sections of our time together. The first 2 weeks are really about noticing the moment that we find ourselves in the world, understanding this moment of massive disruption that we're currently in, and understanding how the movements that are emerging are impacting our work and how we can make an impact in response to those movements. The second 2 weeks, we're really going to be talking about mapping systems, understanding the dynamics, the players, and the leverage points that we might focus on to advance our agenda. And in the third and the final 2 weeks, in weeks 5 and 6, we're going to be focusing on difference, polarization, and conflict, how to understand it, how to sense when it's emerging, and how to work with it when it shows up. This big system of society is obviously not just something that we're going to be sort of talking about abstractly out there, but we're also going to talk about how it sort of impacts us at the other levels of work. So if we're talking about a major event around climate change or around equity and inclusion, that's going to have an impact on our organization, on our teams, and even in our kind of one-on-one relationships, even on maybe potentially in our friendships or our marriages. And I am going to be your guide over the next 6 weeks. My name is Sarah Thompson. I'm coming to you from Halifax, Nova Scotia, where I've, for the last 15 years, been running my own small consultancy that focuses on social innovation and doing multi-stakeholder collaboration to create systems change around complex social and environmental issues. And I'm so excited to be with you. I love this material, and these are the questions that are really close to my heart. So I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot and hopefully have a lot to share from my experience. This is the second time I'm teaching this course. And I want to just remind us, some of you may be joining this class fresh for the first time, and some of you have been traveling through the program, but I want to remind us all of the agreements that we're being invited into in this course and in this online space. So the first one is to share airtime, and that really means that we're kind of monitoring our own participation in terms of how much space we take up. If we're hanging back and not feeling comfortable to participate, that we push ourselves to take our voice and to join in. And if we're really dominating, that we're noticing how much space we're taking and we're sort of dialing it back to make room and invite others in. That we're being present, that the more that each of us gives to this program, the more rich it will be for all of us. And so there's a real encouragement to show up for each other and to really delve in this time we have together, to be generous with your insights, with your learnings, with your questions, that we share with each other, so that the learning that we bounce off of each other and are really creating a rich learning environment together. That we be curious, that we really become aware of how we're listening, that we're staying in a mode of inquiry, that we're checking our assumptions, and if we have a reaction, we're kind of trying to understand where might that person be coming from. That if people are sharing stories and they're learning, that everything that's shared in this space is confidential, and we respect that, and that we really consider our impact. Online spaces are incredibly vulnerable to misinterpretation, and so when we're posting things, we just could take a little extra time to make sure that thinking about how it's going to land with people. And similarly, if we read something, really think about where is that person coming from before we react so that we can really have a thoughtful dialogue together. Um, in terms of how each week is going to work, at the beginning of every week, I'm going to post a little video orienting you to the week and the assignments. I encourage you to watch it as early in the week as possible. And then there will be some material to go over in your own time. And then at some point in the week, there'll be some kind of activity. And again, if you pay attention to the schedule of activities so that you don't miss out. I'm gonna have weekly office hours most Thursdays from noon to 1 Pacific time. And that's a place where anyone can come and bring questions, thoughts, and have insights on the material for that week. And I'll be just connecting with you through the discussion forums throughout the week. This week, again, maybe a lot of you already know each other, but this is a great opportunity for me to get to know you. So I want to invite each of you to either write or post a check-in video. Check-in is an amazing tool in systems leadership because it not only allows us to build relationships, which are essential, but it also allows us to kind of see the dynamics and begin to map some of those dynamics and what's going on and what's needed. And the questions I'm inviting you all to check into this week are to introduce yourself briefly, like I've done just now, anything that will help us in knowing who you are and where you're applying the learning, to share what, if anything, is exciting you and bringing you into this course, and if there's a part of you that's hesitant or reluctant to be here, and then anything you want to say about the group agreements. Is there any thing that you've learned about how group agreements work and what these ones mean to you, or if there's others you'd like to share, and just to also continue answering those questions for myself, I want to say that my own hesitance in this course is let's see. I like 99% am super excited to be with you over the next little while. I really loved it last time I taught this course, and I really love the material. And it's the first week of summer, so I'm kind of like in a transition with family and children. And yeah, I think really that's it. It's just kind of like doing this at the same time as going through a family transition. And the reason we're asking for you to share your hesitation is because we're going to be exploring a lot the idea of resistance and conflict. And so this kind of sense of when we're not actually bought in is going to be an important theme in the course. And yeah, I'm totally bought into the agreements, and I'm really fascinated. There are so many toxic online spaces that I've been impacted by over the last few years that it's really wonderful to see how we can create intentional and really healthy and generative online spaces. So I'm excited about that. This week, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your check-ins this week. This week is the only week that we have a sort of formal assignment that's a group video conference. So I hope that you all have that in your calendar and you're able to make that. That's going to be from noon to 1:30 Pacific time on Thursday, and the prior to the online Zoom, it's going to be in Black BB Collaborate in the Canvas forum, and prior to joining that video call, I would love you to watch the Otto Scharmer video from Ecosystem to Ecosystem Economies and the Derek Siever video, very short video called How to Start a Movement. As well as there's a video by Myrna Lewis on how resistance builds in systems over time. And if you want to, you can also check out the material on the World Cafe. And all of this is in the module section of the forum in Introduction Week 1. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you, seeing your check-ins, and meeting all of you in the virtual World Cafe. So excited to get started and really excited to meet all of you.